The wind howled around the abandoned house that stood alone atop the hill, surrounded by tall pine trees that seemed to shield it from prying eyes. The house, once a symbol of luxury, had now turned into a ruin that instilled fear in the hearts of anyone who passed by. The broken windows resembled empty eyes staring into the void, while the heavy wooden doors groaned with every gust of wind, as if begging for someone to hear their plea. On a rainy day, a group of adventurous friends decided to explore the abandoned house. They had heard stories about ghosts haunting the place and strange noises heard at night. But, like most young people, they believed these were just myths.
Let's go and see for ourselves.
The others agreed, and they began their journey up the hill. When they reached the house, everyone felt a strange heaviness in the air. It was cold inside, even though it was warm outside. They entered cautiously, their flashlights illuminating the path ahead. Dust covered everything, and the old furniture was scattered around, as if someone had fled in a hurry without taking anything with them. As they wandered around the ground floor, they heard a faint sound coming from above. "Did you hear that?" Everyone nodded, and they decided to go up to the second floor. The wooden stairs creaked under their feet, as if warning them not to proceed. In the last room at the end of the hallway, they found something they never expected. There, on the floor, lay the lifeless body of a man. The clothes he wore looked old, as if from a different era. His face was pale, and his eyes were wide open, staring at the ceiling.
What is this?
The others quickly followed, but Ahmed stayed for a moment, looking at the body. Something about the man's features seemed familiar, but he couldn't remember where he had seen him before. He took a deep breath and left the room to join his friends, who were waiting by the door. When they got outside, everyone was in shock. "What do we do now?"
We have to tell the police.
But he felt that something bigger was going on here. Hours later, the police arrived and began their investigation. The body was that of a man who had disappeared 30 years ago, and no trace of him had ever been found. The man had been very wealthy and was known for his love of the arts. However, the investigation revealed that he had been involved in criminal activities and had disappeared after being betrayed by those closest to him. As the days passed, more details about the story emerged. The abandoned house had been owned by the man who had built it as a private sanctuary, but it had turned into a prison for him when he decided to hide there after being betrayed. The body they found was his, and he had died of hunger and thirst after being trapped in the room where he was found. Ahmed, who had felt something familiar about the body, later discovered that the man was his great-grandfather. The story he had heard about his great-grandfather's disappearance was completely different from the truth. He had believed that his great-grandfather had fled to another country, but the reality was much darker. The abandoned house, once a symbol of luxury, had now become a symbol of betrayal and loneliness, and no one ever went near it again after that day.